Allow me for a moment to say hi to my son, Ross Cochran, recently married Ross Cochran. How'd the wedding go, son?
It was great, actually.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming.
I appreciate the invite.
That was nice of you.
Was that one of the last-minute invites? Like somebody canceled?
Yeah,
somebody canceled.
I mean, Lauren did most of the guest list.
You know what? I'm an acquired taste. I'll grow on her. So, very proud of my son, who is now a married man, and you have your, I believe, if I'm correct on this, tomorrow would be your 3-week anniversary.
Yeah, I'm going to Tiffany's to get her something as soon as I'm done here with you.
Tiffany's, I don't think, 3 weeks, and 50 is 75's diamond.
Right.
50's gold, 25 silver. 3 weeks is a coffee from Starbucks.
Yes.
And frankly, I know what you make, and that's what you can afford. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention, because you're walking around with a mutual friend of ours, tell everybody what you're doing now for your life now that you're out of college and married and all those things.
So I am the college and young professionals pastor at a church that is opening its doors on October 20th. It's a community Christian church, which is the church that we grew up at.
Exactly.
It's a multi-site church where we now have 3 campuses in the city, including the campus in Lincoln Park where I'll be working. So one's in Edgewater and one's in Lincoln Square. So I'm there as the intern /
resident
/ apprentice in First Impressions / guy who's young enough to talk to college students / guy who can still be around college students and not give college girls that creepy vibe.
Right. Well, as a married man, that would be even more wrong. But the thing is, along with the fact that you're going to have to narrow that title down so it fits on some sort of card at some point, it's a cool thing, and you hope to be a pastor in your own CCC church someday.
Yeah.
And joining us in studio.
So with us is John Ferguson, who is one of the founding pastors of Community. Who is way smarter than I am and is my boss's boss. So I'm here sucking up to him as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, and showing him around. Mm-hmm. And you are a lifer when it comes to WGN. You were telling me your dad had you listening to Wally back in the day?
My dad had me listening to Wally, had me listening to Bob Collins. I'm walking the halls here seeing these plaques on the wall with their names. I feel like I'm in the Radio Hall of Fame.
It's kind of cool, right?
It is pretty cool. Yeah, actually it is.
And the cool thing about Ross doing what he's doing now, John, when you first met Ross, he was about half the height he is now because it was 10 years ago, and we started going to Community Christian out in the burbs, and the church has grown and spreading the word, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's been a really fun ride. My brother Dave and I started Community out in the burbs longer ago than I care to admit at this point, but it's been a few years. Like you said, Ross was about half the height that he is now when you all first started coming, but. Sure. Yeah, it's been fun. We've seen a lot of neat things happen, and just hope that we're, really the kind of church that can make a difference in the community. When the church is at its best, I think it can be the greatest volunteer force on the planet, come alongside not-for-profits and other churches that are in the community and social service agencies, and really make the community, make the city a better place to live. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, son, would you explain where this new church that you are starting up, where it's going to be?
Yeah, so the one in Lincoln Park is right off North and Clark.
Mm-hmm.
It's at a historic ballroom called Germania Place, which is this really, really cool old ballroom. There may or may not be a speakeasy above the ballroom.
Well, you gave me a tour there, and it's got a cool vibe that looks like, even if it wasn't a speakeasy, I'm buying in.
Yeah,
because it's got these steep staircases, very elegant design. It's got this rail up on top. It's got this stage in the wall. It looks like there were places to hide from the feds.
Mm-hmm.
And it also looks like this is where you would take your babe and you go up on top, and somewhere during the evening there'd be an argument and somebody'd get thrown over the rail.
Right. Now we're having a church there.
Yeah, and I would assume, not just fixing the spirit of the place, but John, I would assume you're not going to encourage that behavior once the church opens.
I wouldn't say we'd encourage that. Probably not,
yes.
Steve, as a matter of fact. Somebody told me today, though, it's the kind of place that, if the speaking gets really boring, the architecture is so nice, you can really at least look at that. So
it's really cool.
And then where are the other two specifically?
Our other churches, one is in Edgewater and has a great partnership with Swift Elementary School there in Edgewater and meets there on Sunday mornings. And then the other one is at Lincoln Square. They're actually going to be moving to a new location, Gateway Learning on Lincoln Avenue, and another great partnership with a organization there that's been serving special need adults for a number of years in that community.
And that's a big thing for me with my brother, who, to bring it full circle, introduced us to the church initially.
Mm.
So it's a good story. And if people want to find out more about what CCC is up to, what's the website?
I think the best way to get more information would be to go to communitychristian.org. Communitychristian.org.
Okay. And
there's a church near you.
Well, and what I like to say is, whatever and whoever your God is, get a little closer to him. It's going to be better. It's going to be a better thing.
Amen.
You've been listening to a blatant plug for my son and some people I really believe in and really care about these guys. So I wish you nothing but luck, John.
Hey, thanks a lot, Steve.
Yeah, well, you too, son. I wish you luck as well.
And he's doing an incredible job.
You're just saying that because we're on the air.
That's true.
But I'm excited for you guys.